In the silent heart of Siberia, where endless forests stretch beyond the horizon, a blinding fireball once tore through the dawn sky with a force so immense it could flatten entire cities, leaving scientists to wonder how an explosion 1,000 times more powerful than Hiroshima could occur without leaving behind a single crater. The Tunguska region was an isolated stretch of Siberian wilderness, untouched by industry and rarely visited by humans, which made the sudden devastation of 2,000 square kilometers of forest all the more shocking to those who eventually witnessed the aftermath. On the morning of the 30th of June 1908, reindeer herders and travelers described seeing a blazing sphere racing across the sky. Its brilliance so intense, it cast shadows even in the early daylight and ignited fear in communities scattered across the tundra. Moments later, the sky erupted in a blinding flash, followed by a thunderous shockwave that shattered windows hundreds of kilometers away, knocking people off their feet and echoing across the plains with the sound of celestial destruction. In the immediate aftermath, the sky filled with an eerie glow that lingered for hours, and witnesses from distant villages recalled nights so bright they could read newspapers outdoors, as dust and ionized particles drifted through the upper atmosphere. More than a decade passed before scientists managed to reach the blast site, trekking through dense, unforgiving terrain only to discover millions of trees flattened and scorched, all pointing radially outward from a single, mysterious center. What puzzled the early expeditions most was the complete absence of a crater, as if the destructive force had materialized in the sky itself, before unleashing unimaginable energy upon the earth below. Scientists soon concluded that the explosion had occurred several kilometers above the ground, consistent with an airburst caused by a rapidly disintegrating cosmic body entering the atmosphere at extraordinary speed. Modern models estimate the impactor was a stony asteroid or a comet nucleus between 50 and 60 meters wide, vaporizing from intense frictional heat and releasing the energy of a large thermonuclear device. Had the Tunguska object arrived just a few hours later, its trajectory might have carried it over major European cities, transforming an isolated Siberian catastrophe into a global humanitarian disaster. The flattened zone stretched outward in a butterfly-shaped pattern, revealing clues about the object's angle of entry and the dynamics of its mid-air explosion as superheated gas expanded violently downward. At the epicenter, trees remained standing but stripped of branches, their trunks scorched as if blasted by a furnace, offering powerful evidence of the downward-directed thermal pulse. The shockwave circled the planet twice, detected by barometers as far away as Britain, demonstrating the extraordinary power of an explosion generated entirely by atmospheric disintegration. Eyewitnesses described the ground trembling, windows shattering, and heat scorching their skin even from distant vantage points, painting a vivid picture of a blast unmatched by any known natural event in modern history. Theories once ranged from a volcanic gas eruption to an alien spacecraft crash, reflecting humanity's struggle to comprehend an explosion so immense yet so mysteriously lacking a physical impact crater. It was not until late 20th century research that computer simulations and atmospheric studies conclusively supported the airburst model, demonstrating how cosmic objects can explode high above the surface while leaving vast destruction below. Geochemical studies revealed traces of materials consistent with extraterrestrial origin embedded in tree resin, helping to confirm that the Tunguska object came from beyond Earth. Researchers have long debated whether the object was a comet composed of volatile ice or an asteroid of denser stone, each carrying implications for the frequency of similar events in Earth's history. In the surrounding area, trees began regrowing within decades, a silent testimony to nature's ability to reclaim even the most violently altered landscapes, despite the immense power unleashed that day. Expeditions throughout the 20th century struggled with the remoteness of the site, crossing rivers, marshlands, and mosquito-filled swamps that made the region nearly impenetrable for months at a time. Leonid Kulik, the first major investigator, photographed the devastation in the 1,920 seconds, documenting forests flattened like matchsticks and a haunting quiet that blanketed the entire region. Kulik's team expected to find a massive crater or fragments of a meteorite, but instead discovered only swampy ground and strange peat depressions that held no solid remnants of an impactor. The absence of fragments fueled a scientific mystery for decades, pushing researchers to understand how a celestial object could vanish so completely while releasing such staggering energy. Infrared studies later showed that heat from the explosion had incinerated soil layers and vegetation, leaving behind chemical signatures of extreme thermal events embedded deep within the landscape. Today, the Tunguska Event serves as a stark reminder of the Earth's vulnerability to celestial visitors, offering invaluable insight into the destructive potential of even relatively small cosmic objects. As asteroid detection systems improve, modern science continually looks back to Tunguska as a case study, pushing for better early warning technologies that could prevent future disasters. The site itself has become a natural laboratory, with ecologists, geologists, and atmospheric scientists collaborating to unravel the lingering mysteries preserved within the soil, trees, and remote skies of Tunguska. Despite the many theories that sought to explain it, the event is now widely accepted as the largest impact-related explosion in recorded history, demonstrating the sheer power lurking in the endless stream of objects orbiting our sun. Standing today within the quiet regrowth of Tunguska, it is nearly impossible to imagine the apocalyptic violence that once shook this remote wilderness. Yet the land remembers, etched with silent scars beneath layers of moss and soil. The Tunguska Event remains one of Earth's most powerful reminders of our planet's fragile place in the cosmos, a moment when the sky itself unleashed a force beyond imagination, reshaping the land and rewriting scientific understanding. If this exploration inspired your curiosity, consider liking the video and subscribing for more cinematic journeys into the extraordinary.